Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another session with Educators. And today we'll be discussing another topic on lactation, that is a very important topic, the diet during lactation. So, today we'll be talking about the different diet which has been given to a lactating mother during the period of lactation. Welcome to Educators, myself Manjishta Chatterjee, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. I hope you're liking the videos. If you need and want to give any suggestions, if you have any suggestions in your mind for me, please uh, drop a message below. So, nutrient requirements increases huge during pregnancy and lactation, as you know that this time during this period the mother is not only having the food for herself but also having the food for her child. When the mother was pregnant, we have discussed in so many videos that when the mother was pregnant, the mother was having her food just not for her but for the growing fetus, and the baby was developing with everything from her mother. But in case of lactation, now what is happening, the mother is preparing the milk, and the milk, exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months, the milk is being given to the child. So in that case, for that reason, nutrition requirements increases tremendously to nourish the mother, to heal from the losses that she has been through, and also to give the child a healthy milk, that through which or from which the child will develop into a greater or a bigger or a proper adult. Now, why this nutrition is so important, or lactation during nutrition is so important? We have been, like I have been telling you so many times in every videos of mine, that exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months of age. We'll be definitely discussing about the advantages of breastfeeding in a child's life in the upcoming videos. But we can see that globally only 41% of infants are exclusively breastfed. Only 41%, that is globally. And in India the rates are better, like it's 46.4 children are under 6 months of age who are exclusively breastfed. So these are all according to the global one is from the WHO report, and the 46.4, this is for the India's report, is for the NFHS data. So this data is saying that we are still not okay to give the child only breast milk during the first 6 months of age, despite knowing the health of the despite knowing the benefits of the breast milk during this 6 months of the child. But so we are always focusing on nutrition of the mother, so that the milk formed by the mother is superb, is very good, and that can reach up to the child, and the child developed during this time is also good, so that the what we can say, that the foundation stone of the child becomes superb. Okay, so all nutrition that is required by the child is from the mother's milk. So, in order to make the mother's milk rich in every nutrition, the mother should also take all the nutrition in proper amounts, in required amounts, and also in extra amounts, so that that extra amount can be given to the child for the child to have it. Okay, and also the child is rapidly growing. When we will be learning infancy, we'll be seeing how fast, how rapid a child grow. So the child is also rapidly developing, rapidly growing, and the child need extra nutrient to meet up his or her own requirements. So to meet up that requirements, the mother also need extra nutrition. All this quantity, not only quantity but also the quality of the milk can be achieved if the mother is given a proper diet, a balanced diet with all the proper nutrients given properly. Okay, and also some extra has to be given so that the mother can make a reserve to to actually help her during her own need. Okay, so definitely if there is a nutrition deficiency, that can also lower the amount of nutrients in the mother's milk, because the mother is trying to fulfill everything and give everything to the child through the milk. So if we need to increase the amount of breastfed child, exclusively breastfed child, which is actually very much important till 6 months of age, then we also need to focus on the nutrition during lactation of a mother and also focus on the pregnancy. I would again suggest you to go through the video on the first 1,000 days of pregnancy, sorry, the first 1,000 days of life, which includes the days of pregnancy, the days of lactation till 2 years of the baby's uh, after birth. So that first 1,000 days of life is very, very important and plays a significant role in the child's development later on. So coming to the first slide today we'll be just talking about the proximate principles, just as I did in case of pregnancy. Calorie need definitely increases during lactation. It is about 600 kilocalorie extra to what you are taking according to the RDA during the first 6 months, 0 to 6 months, because the child is exclusively breastfed. It is said to have exclusively breastfed during this time, and plus 520 kilocalorie extra for 7 to 12 months, like the second half or the second 6 months, because during this time the child along with the breast milk is also given some amount of weaning food. So a balanced diet, balanced means all food groups has to be included and in the amount that is required by the mother, is suitable for the mother to have the food. Now why this yellow colored chart has been given and this green colored chart has been given? If you are following my videos, you have been seeing that I have included both the recommended dietary allowances of 2010 and 20. The yellow one is the 10 and the green one is the 2020 or the modern one. So whatever it is for, it is being followed in your school or in your colleges, please follow accordingly. I'll always suggest you to follow the newer version, but it is always up to you what you will follow according to your college. What will your college follow or what will your school follow? Okay, so if it is 2010 that you are following, then 1900 kilocalorie is for the sedentary normal women, and if we add on to 600, it is coming to about 2500 kilocalorie from 0 to 6 months, and 2420 kilocalorie from 6 to 12 months. So that is the way we are just adding up and counting. So if the moderate, for a moderate normal women, it is 2230 for in 2010, and for 0 to 6 months it will rise up to 2830, and for 6 to 12 months 2750 respectively. Now in case of a heavy normal women, 2850 is given in 2000 according to 2010 RDA chart. Lactating women will be given 3450 kilocalorie during the 0 to 6 months and 3370 kilocalorie during 6 to 12 months. Now in this case, this 1900 has been reduced to 1660 kilocalorie. So definitely the total calorie will be around 2260 kilocalorie for 0 to 6 months in place of 2500 kilocalorie, and 2180 kilocalorie from 6 to 12 months for 2420 kilocalorie, and like that the whole chart will be changed, because the total normal amount or the kilocalorie or the calorie need has changed, and this can be met to the through the additional requirement of cereals, because cereal adds on to the base of the diet, and balanced diet along with that, the milk and milk products, all the good vegetables, fruits, and a total diet pyramid, balanced diet has to be given, which we'll be discussing again like the pregnant woman at last, when we'll be discussing the diet chart of a lactating woman. Coming to the most important part is the protein. Why most important part? Because they are primarily used to produce the breast milk. The body uses protein primarily to produce breast milk, and they mainly maintain the nutritional status of the mother as well as the muscle mass of the mother. So if there is a significant level of loss in the muscle mass in the breastfeeding mother, then what will happen? The protein stores will be lower, and the child the mother will be malnourished, and subsequently the child will be malnourished too. There will be a chance of falling sick. Okay, as breast milk is the primary source of nutrition, it is very, very important for the breastfeeding mothers to meet up to the protein requirements. In pregnancy also, when we were discussing the protein, we said that protein on a higher side is never bad, because protein is required in such a amount for all the important functions in the body, because all are being prepared, being formed, anabolic, right? So that is why it is so much required. I have given you some pictures of some seafoods, some lean meat, and some pulses and legumes, which are very, very important sources of protein. Seafoods are important because they also give you, along with protein, the good amount of DHA which is required by the body. And definitely, like pregnancy, we will also say that if seafood have high mercury levels, we should not take those seafoods even now, because that can also affect the child. Now, why lean meat is preferable than the heavy fat meat? Because again, that fat is actually not good for the mother. So lean meat, lean chicken is very good for the mother. Pulses and legumes, and if you can sprout them up, germinate them up, that is much more better. A good source of pulse, good source of legumes can be given to the mother along with other protein sources, though it's a second class protein, but the amount given can be higher. A mixture sprouted ones can be given, and it will help in the meeting up of the protein requirement. So now let us see what is the protein requirement of a lactating woman. As I said that this is just the previous one, the requirement of the previous one, that is the RD 2010. We need the requirement higher, extra requirement of 19 grams of protein. That is a normal requirement was about 55 grams. That is 1 gram per kg IBW, and IBW, that is ideal body weight, is around 55 grams. So 55 plus 19 gram is about 74 grams for the first 6 months, which is reduced to 68 grams around, that is 55 grams per 13 grams. The 19 grams, extra 19 grams, has been reduced to 13 grams in the last 6 months, but that extra amount is there. So a balanced diet has to be given, with just I have told you in the last slide, and both first class and second class protein should be a part of the diet, which also I told you in the last slide. So just let us see from where shall we get the protein sources and how much amount, if we take, it can actually suffice you to the diet. in pulses, extra veg people, they can't take the non-veg sources, so we have to give them in excess the veg sources. Definitely, as you know, it's very simple. So pulse, if they were taking 60 grams, so we have to add on an amount of 40 grams to that for the veg people. And it can always be, pulses means it can always be legumes and pulses both, right? Now coming to lactating women must have 50 grams of pulses per day. Okay. And coming to milk, extra, like the person, normal person takes about around 400 grams of milk. Now milk means, doesn't mean only milk, but milk and milk products, like it can be cheese, it can be curd, it can be chena, it can be anything like that. So 400 grams plus additional 600 grams, which for non-veg women is around 250 grams, plus 300 grams, coming to around 550 grams total. Meat and fish meat and fish, which was around 60 grams, additional 40 grams, that means uh, around 100 grams of meat or fish has to be given to a lactating women, non-veg. I'll just give you an idea. Like if 50 grams piece of fish you have taken, one fish you have taken, like 50 gram or 60 gram, so you have to take one big, one small, that is 150. If you're taking 50 grams, so one two big pieces, two medium sized pieces of fish, or two pieces of chicken, that will be doing like 100 grams per day has to be taken, either fish or meat. Along with that, you have to take 30 grams egg. 30 grams egg has to be taken by the non-veg person in whatever form. So that can only help you in gaining the extra protein and the normal protein that is required by the body, which is essential for you. Now coming to the newer version, like the RD 2020, it was 19 grams extra. In 2020, it is 17 grams of protein that has been said to be extra for the first 6 months, and 13 grams of protein in the second 6 months, which remains same. But keep in mind that the total grams, that was 55 grams, has been reduced to 46 grams. So 46 grams plus 70 grams, 17 grams is coming to 63 grams for the first 6 months, which has been reduced to 59 grams for the last 6 months. So that can again be met by fish, beans and legumes, eggs, milk, yogurt, beef, those who take, and lean chicken. Okay. So I hope you are okay with the protein. Now next is fat, which is very very important again, because 30 grams of visible fat is given to a lactating mother. It's simple. Now, visible fat means those fat which we can see, okay? And a balance with essential fatty acid must be taken. And for that, nuts should be given or incorporated in a diet. What is essential fatty acids? What is non-essential fatty acid? While I was discussing fat in pregnancy, I discussed in detail everything. So go through that video once again to get everything clear. I've given you the video, I've given you the chart. So now the ideas must be clear with you while I'm doing lactation. So both fats, essential fatty acids has to be given, because omega-3 fatty acids, which is present in nuts and seeds, they help in the neurological and brain development of the baby. So that should come through the milk to the child. So normal women 20 grams, sedentary 25 grams, moderate and 30 grams of heavy women take in normal time of fat, while lactating women in each case take 30 grams of visible fat. Now what is this N6 N3? So the omega 6 fatty acid should be 4 to 10% of the energy. So whatever energy calculated, that I have calculated, I told you to calculate, we have shown you calorie requirement. 4 to 10% of that calorie requirement should come from the omega 6 fatty acid. And omega 3 fatty acid should be there, like 0.5 to 1% of the energy should come from omega 3 fatty acid. We have to keep in mind that the ratio of omega 6 and omega 3 should be 5 to 10 is to 1. 5 to 10 is to 1. This should be the ratio of omega 6 is to omega 3 fatty acid in our body. So accordingly we have to plan the fats for the women's diet, the lactating women's diet, because all these will help in the baby's development of brain and different parts of the body. Now just check on to the different sources. Omega 6 fatty acids, vegetable oils, vegetable seeds. I have given you a whole detail of what seeds are rich in which fatty acids. Omega 3 fatty acids like walnuts, flaxseed, soybeans, sardines, halibuts, salmon, tuna, like all kinds of fish. They have also told you to like mercury fish, like the mackerel, shark, swordfish, they are rich in mercury, so it's better to avoid them during this time. And monounsaturated fatty acid, that should also be there, which is present good in good amount in olive oil, peanut oil, canola oil, avocados, which is like very common during this time, poultry, nuts, and seeds. So, a basic balanced diet with nuts, with proper seeds, with proper oil has to be given to the lactating mother to help her to gain each and every uh, you know proper nutrients in proper amount required for the baby and the mother also. So the one what I'll say, the one nutrient that over here it is not talked about is the carbohydrate. So for the uh, lactating mother, carbohydrate will be the amount, the base amount for energy, because a mother need a lot of energy during this time, because she needs to feed her her child, she needs to recover from the pregnancy related issues, she needs to recover from for that. So the calorie is also high, right? The extra calorie is being given to the mother, so for that reason the carbohydrate also has to be uh, increased. In case of cereals, the cereals has to be like 100 grams of cereals are increased, and that should be calculated by subtracting the fats and the protein requirement from the total of calorie, and that amount has to be given equally from all the the nutrient required. And also the carbohydrate should be both rich in fibers, like the complex carbs and the simple carbs, which will give the energy. So next we'll be talking about either the vitamins related to the lactating mothers, and also the important, or also the important the minerals required for the lactating mother. I hope you like the video. So that's all for today. Stay tuned with educators and support educators. Thank you.